The ball on the tee. We're set for football. And we are underway from the Superdome. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. Wentz to throw on the first play from scrimmage. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Not the desired outcome, but probably won't be the last time we see him take a shot downfield.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Now Wentz. Over the middle into the hands of Michael Thomas. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. Short completion, just 4 yards. And it'll be 4th down. Here's Blake Gillikin now. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. A good work bringing that one back as he picks up about 16 on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Start this drive out on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move them back in the backfield and make them running backs. Partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless. And I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception and also a chance to try to make a play with your feet. Second and 5. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington.
A great play there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Commanders will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Commanders 7, Saints nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys are a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went
and
3
now
and
they
out.
have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'm trying to do better here. Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. The Saints had 2 and 1 now to start the campaign, and they moved back above 500 with a victory last week.
And you look at their start, a win, a loss, then a win. This might be something we see from them a lot this year because when they're at their best, they can play with anybody. But bringing their best every week, that's been a challenge thus far.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Wentz going to bat this forward on the jet sweep. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 10 yards, good for the Saints, first down. For an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
They're always hoping on that type of a play that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen.
At the 48-yard line.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. He'll get it inside the 20. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. A big play there on the catch and run. 39 yards.
Running their plays over and over during the week can often get robotic for an offense, but on game day they can often flow smoothly, as that one just did.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Wentz going to bat this forward on the jet sweep. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. They fake the give. Now Wentz. They'll get this out to Kamara. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara from 10 yards out. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Lutz good on the extra point. And we're tied at 7. So we're even at 7 now as they kick it away. return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. These two teams all tied after one.
The score tied 7-7.
So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense.
Fielded at the 33. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing now is Wentz. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Not sure what happened there, but he just didn't get the right read on the coverage that time. Pass wasn't where it needed to be, and that'll send them back to the drawing board.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. To throw is Wentz. And incomplete here to bring up 4th down as the rookie couldn't haul it in.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback when there's extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Taken in at the 11. Well, a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Back to throw here. Throwing left side, it's complete. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. 23 yards the pickup there.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. He completes this to Cole Turner. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
This one out quickly to Watkins. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints 30. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Back to throw again. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And out of bounds right around the 20. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders have moved out in front. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collected victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. Wentz now on first down. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job. And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
On second down, Kamara. That'll get them some of what they needed, but they're still left here with a 3rd and 9 forthcoming. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. On play action, it's Wentz. Throw left side complete. That's Morris. And a good job defensively. They stopped him short of the first at the 32.
Gain of 6 yards. It's 4th down.
Blake Gillikin on to punt here as he'll send this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That's a 43-yard punt, aided as well by a loss on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot. The corners see their job is simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And this is caught by Watkins. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They go play action here on 1st down. He's got his man on the crossing route. Now the Commanders going to burn the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. In motion, the tight end. Now a play fake here on first down. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Quez Watkins, as the first half is winding down. And the Commanders will extend their lead here just before halftime. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Olave holds it in. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. On play action, Wentz in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting group from Washington who are out on top. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back now alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. No stopping Peyton Turner on that sack. He will not be denied.
We know they came out a lot and down on the scoreboard. I will guarantee you, the defensive side of the ball gets super emotional. They come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. In motion left is Watkins. Now back to throw. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Ready? Hey, Pat! 19,
Hands it off out of the gun. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
In motion right is Watkins. A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 62 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Samson Abuka. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
They'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Quez Watkins. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Commanders take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Now a play fake. Wentz drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And down right around the 32-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
They give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
Snap coming at 1. Now Wentz. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. This is brought in at the 21. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. Their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit, but as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. They'll set up a throw. And he's got his man out of the slot, complete. A gain there of 21 yards. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
On 2nd down, it's Reed, and some space here. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps for these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Come on, come on. Hey.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there, 4th and 3. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They'll try and run for it. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And he'll take this one down near the 15. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back.
They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. They're going to look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame.
Sly able to put this one through. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
Wentz will try again on second down.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home.
The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9. On third down, here's Kamara. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. 9 yards on the carry there, but it'll be fourth down now.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
Now Wentz, gotta have this one. He rifles one that's intercepted.
And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our